going to get into a Huey help, but we're already at 40 freaking minutes, for God's sake.
Well, what was the...
You want to do it quickly?
You can power through
Okay,
it.
all right. So here's a Huey help. Oh, I forgot our intro. Shoot.
Hold on.
Okay, yeah, we got to have our special.
If you've got trouble, we've got the cure for what ails ya.
The Bay Area's bestie, Huey, is here with advice.
It's Huey Help.
The Bay Area's bestie. I love it.
And that's the thing. I think Huey help came from me finally being confident in myself that I feel okay to give advice to the people.
Exactly. See? Word up. Look at you with the segues. Okay. So my downstairs neighbors, man, my eyes are getting bad. I'm going to hold my computer.
Yeah, if anyone wants to email us, please,
Yes.
chastaandhuey@gmail.com. If you have a question and want us to answer it on our Huey Help segment, please email us anytime.
All right. So here we go, Huey. My downstairs neighbors smoke constantly on their balcony.
Okay.
And it all comes straight into our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried talking to them politely, bought air purifiers, and even offered to split the cost of an air filter for their balcony. Wow. That's very nice.
Okay.
But they just laugh it off. Wait, hold up. Let's just stop down there for a second.
Yeah.
You offered to split the cost of an air filter for their smoking habit, and they laughed it off. Oh, I'd be pissed.
Wow, those people are dicks.
Yeah. Our lease doesn't allow smoking, but management says they can't do anything since it's outside. My pregnant wife is miserable. Shit just got real. And we can't afford to break our lease. What option do you think I have?
Wow, I mean, the management can't, enforce that? Stop.
I feel like your management's being chicken shit.
They're being lazy there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you're what, a foot outside the door
But
on
you're
the
still
porch?
standing
on the balcony?
porch. So,
yeah.
Or on the balcony. So if you're on the balcony, you're physically standing on
the
property.
Yeah.
So while it might be outside, it's still wafting into other people's units. To me, that's a manager issue.
Yeah.
I think you got a crappy manager.
Yeah, and they need to enforce their rules better. And I don't know who you go above that to complain about that situation.
Yeah, I know. In an apartment complex, I mean, usually it's like one person. Unless it's a giant complex that's owned by a giant company, then maybe somebody above them. But
I wonder if you can rally up other neighbors, maybe your next door neighbor or their next door neighbor on the first floor.
Yeah.
Maybe get a group of people to come together and be like, hey, the group of us,
Right.
we all need to work together, live together.
Yeah. Let's figure this out.
Make a compromise here. It's almost like strength in numbers there.
No, agreed.
Pound
That's
on that
very
door.
good. It's very good. I mean, look, if you go, everyone in this building, or at least the people directly around you, are miserable, then, I mean, they sound like a-holes. If they don't care about a pregnant woman smelling smoke, then they're clearly not very good people.
Yeah, I mean, the fact they're not, you give them all these options and they're not, taking one of them.
Yeah.
And realizing, okay, I have these people obviously have a smoking addiction, and they're not willing to compromise and let other people work around it. I mean, that's just a dick move.
Yeah.
That, okay, it's not everyone smokes, and I have a smoking problem.
Right.
I still want to have happy neighbors.
Yeah.
So what can I do to make everyone happy and I still satisfy my smoking needs?
Bad neighbors are the worst.
Yes.
I've had bad neighbors. I think you have told stories
Yes.
before about a bad neighbor. Whenever I lived down in Southern California, oh my God, Gianna and I lived in Beverly Hills, not the nice part.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice. But it was like the flats, and we had this crazy ass neighbor, and we lived in a house, but it was like a big old Beverly Hills mansion, but it was split in half. Right. So there were two people on the bottom, two people on the top. So we shared a wall with this woman. It's not like it was in another apartment or whatever. It was no, she's right on us. And her boyfriend would scream at the top of their lungs and have fights every single night, to the point it was rattling the walls. And what do you do about that? So we complained, and then she complained on us because we had too many dogs. Which, to be fair, we did. We were only supposed to have 2. We had 4. But here was the thing. 2 of them were only weighed 5 pounds. So to us, you put both of those together, that's a dog. You know what I mean? Come on, let's be real. Anyways, we got evicted. I guess we were the bad neighbors after all.
I was going to say, can you legally get those neighbors evicted, the bad smokers?
You probably could. I don't know why I'm getting feedback. I'm going to put my phone over there.
Okay.
Something is getting weird.
Is our audio okay to everyone out there?
Yeah,
tuning
let
in
us
right now?
know. Do you hear anything weird?
I don't.
No? Okay, good. Well, maybe it's just my headphones. My headphones are probably
Better
going
get my
out.
webcam without This place is literally falling apart.
It is.
Like I came in here, the lights were different. The whole setting.
We're moving out of here in about a month or two.
All right, Dan says we're fine.
Okay,
Audio's
good. All right, Dan.
Then
we'll
again,
keep
I
going.
realized the setting in here, I think, was Tony's photo.
It's his selfie lighting.
This is his room.
Yes, it is his selfie portrait lighting.
I love
so
coming in here on a Monday and how the studio was set up for Tony's photos.
You see what color
photo
he chose?
session.
Yeah.
Is it green? It was green yesterday, right?
I don't know. I'd have to go
I'll have
back
to go
and
back
look. Putting
Sorry.
Tony on blast. Anyways, so I guess maybe I was the bad neighbor because we had too many dogs, although they weren't awfully barky.
We had terrible neighbors too. It was originally it was like this older couple, and then their kid got older, and then they had children. They're all living in this house.
A whole bunch of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they were definitely the definition of like redneck or not red.
Hey, I feel triggered.
What's another word? White trash. White trash.
Still
Sorry.
feel a little triggered, but go ahead. It's fine.
But like they had like multiple cars parked all over the street. They have a boat in the driveway.
Oh, no.
And they're taking up space, and they were loud, yelling, obnoxious. The dad, or I guess technically he's the son of the old man, but he became once the old couple passed away, and they took over the house. So the old man, my dad, he was a big fat ass dude. My dad used to call him Fat Bozo. That was the
to
nickname.
his face?
I don't think they said to his face. Well,
You know that's a valid question with your dad. Your
I know we
dad
should ask
would.
him. We should. I mean,
Your
well,
dad would.
we could like maybe one day call him and he could tell the full story.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
So what happened was one day I forgot we were coming back from the four of us, my mom, dad, Tommy, and I in the car. We pull up to our house. Their car is blocking our driveway.
Oh, hell no.
And that was the final straw.
Oh, no.
My dad's
Fat
like,
Bozo is out of here.
my dad's like, fuck this. I forgot. I think my dad double parked or parked somewhere else. And my mom was like, no, don't. My dad like banged on the door. It's like, move your car. And it led to a big argument. And it led to a fist fight.
They got in a
The
fist fight? Stop. Daddy Delmore.
Oh God,
Wow.
my mom, God rest her soul, she did a great job telling this story
That's
from
impressive.
her perspective. So I'm doing my best to retell it.
Oh, my
but
God.
my dad uppercut Fat Bozo, and he started wailing his arms in the air, falling backwards. Whoa! Fell on his ass, and my dad got blood on his shirt. And remember, we took photos for like evidence and stuff.
Did the cops come?
The cops eventually did come to break it all up, but yeah, it was. I forgot. My dad didn't go to jail or anything, but yeah, it was like move your effing car. And
How
then-
long did you live next to Fat Bozo after the fist fight? Because that's
I have to-
awkward.
Tommy's better remembering dates like that. They eventually moved out. I want to say, was I elementary?
Like years?
Yeah, they were neighbors for decades.
Oh,
it was like
wow.
multiple generations. That's what I was getting at there. Then we, I think, was it middle school? They finally moved out or got kicked out or something.
Oh my God.
And then we have these new neighbors that came in after, and they're the greatest neighbors ever.
Oh, that's so
They're
nice.
so quiet. They wanted to replace the fence in between our houses. They came over and like told my dad, like, can you help pay for half? But my dad's like, sure. And they took care of all the arrangements. They had everything planned out. Like I said, they're just quiet, helpful. Let's see, when Chinese New Year would happen, they would bring gifts over and
Aw, that's so
cookies and
sweet.
desserts. They're just so nice. Like, they're the greatest neighbors. The son lives there now with his family. So no, they're awesome people. So
I have good neighbors now, but where we used to live,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the crazy lady I said earlier, but where we used to live in Pacifica was not super fun.
On the other side, though, that's the neighbor, the young guy with the two cars. Remember, I was telling that
Oh,
kid
yes,
I
yeah.
could look over the fence.
Yeah, you sent me video after that podcast. I was like, bro, you're literally like in the guy's window.
I could like yell, like if he's got a girl over or something, like if the window's down, like I could see you.
See,
Or,
he's
like-
the bad neighbor. He's
Yeah,
talking
see-
about Fat Bozo, but I think Huey may be the harassing neighbor.
And no, we had some other neighbors. We had people who were said like they were gypsies. We had this like really obnoxious family across the street, and I forgot one time they tell everyone we're gypsies. And I'm like, well, don't gypsies move around a lot? You guys
Could
been
you
in the,
move out of here?
Can you move out of here? They lived there for like a decade, I think. They finally moved out. And then this other family that live in another complex in the back, They were so loud, obnoxious. They just moved out a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
My dad told me he saw the loading truck, and I was like, "What? I missed it." but when Fat Bozo and his family left the house, I don't know if they got evicted or whatever. I remember my mom wanted to get champagne and like pop it out on their driveway and celebrate, drinking in front of them. But yeah, my dad, I remember just that uppercut, Fat Bozo wailing his arms, blood splatter out, fall on his ass.
Wild.
We should get my dad on. He could tell his
Yeah,
perspective
we're gonna have to
of it.
get Daddy Delmore to relive that moment on the pod for sure.
It sucks when you have bad neighbors.
Oh yeah, no, it's the worst. It's absolutely
But
terrible.
have confidence in yourself. Stand your ground.
And give them the old uppercut.
This is your property. Get the fuck away.